Hi friends, still keep my chin up here. Friday the 8th, 8 o'clock at night. They got the truck fixed this morning around 12:30, 12:45. Did my pre-trip. I didn't pre-trip the tires and stuff on the trailer because me and the mechanic had a discussion about weird tire wear on the left side tire when they pulled the hub off. So we went and looked at the other tires and measured them and all that stuff. So I knew those were good. And that weird tire was caused by a loose wheel bearing. At some point that had been serviced and the wheel bearing wasn't tight. And that caused the wear on the seal, which caused the seal to fail. But in the process, one of the tires fell over and destroyed this guy. This hose comes out of the center of the axle shaft. The axle shaft is actually fed air from the tractor compressor and keeps your tires inflated all the time. What a great thing that'd be for cars. You know, it keeps your tires at the proper inflation all the time. However, when it fell over, it smashed that end. It looks nice and round, but it won't fit on. They didn't have one, so I was going to stop. They said, just take this paperwork. They gave me some paperwork. Stop the next TA. They'll see if they have one, have them put it on. All right. So I pull out, and everything feels fine. I go up the road, and I get on the interstate, and I see some smoke in the rearview mirror coming out of the wheel well. So I'm thinking, well, you know, it's probably just the oil burning off. You know, it was just a light haze. It wasn't heavy, but it was also mixed with moisture because it had been drizzling and raining. So I thought, well, I'll just hit the brakes a little bit and we'll just heat them up a little bit, cook the rest of that oil off, I'll be good. Grease and whatever from the rear axle. So I did that, and I didn't notice any change. Then it got worse. So I pulled into the rest stop, the same rest stop where I put the initial breakdown in, and I still thought it was just grease burning off, but I wanted to look at it. Had I known what it was, I would not have parked near what I did. I parked right next to a trailer load of dynamite. Okay, I made that part up. I parked next to an RV with a family in it. So I get out of the truck, and I walk back, and I get almost to the rear, and it's on fire. So I went up and I knocked on the RV real quick. They were eating sandwiches or eating their lunch. And I said, can you guys move, please? I said, my trailer, my brakes are on fire. And could anything have happened? No. Could it have blown a tire and then sent parts into the RV? I don't know. I had no intention of taking that chance. What I wanted them to do is just move. And they did. They were polite, of course. They moved, and I got the fire out. Called fleet manager. I mean, it was cooking pretty good. And I told him what was going on. So he told me to call. He transferred me over to, I don't remember. And they said, yeah, put the brake down in. As soon as I see the breakdown, I'll handle it. And so put the breakdown in, put the information in there that the trailer had caught fire, and that I had the fire out, but I cannot drive, you know. So they called back up to the TA, and the same guy that worked on my truck, really super nice guy, and a good mechanic. He was actually showing these guys how to put these disc brakes back together, so he knows what he's doing. He came down there, and he's like, man, I've never had this before. I don't know what's going on. He said, I set those brakes to the factory specs. I said, man, I don't know. I said, I just know I had a hell of a fire. And you could just still feel the heat. You can still smell the brakes burning and stuff. And so he got some tools that he crawled underneath, and he backed the brakes completely off and followed me back up here to the TA. And I got back here in the bay, and they pulled it apart. And the disc brakes on this trailer are different than what they are on a car. They have a brake chamber, and a rod comes out, and as the rod comes out, it pushes again the brake, and then the springs work, and they pull the brakes in. Well, they took that brake chamber off, and the brake chamber came out. Instead of coming out and pushing straight, it was coming out and going down. So what it did is it did one of them, and it got stuck. It isn't anything they did. It's probably just the fact that chamber had never been off this trailer. This trailer's in 2018, so it's not a million years old. And probably when they took it off, it just, maybe it was just due, but they didn't mess with it. They didn't do anything with it. They just took it off, set it aside. Something inside just did what it did. So they pull me back in there, tear it all apart, and nobody's got a brake chamber. Can't find one. They said probably in the morning, maybe out of Atlanta. Not that far, hour away. But here I am again. I'm still stuck. I've already sent them information to call Maverick and let them know that I'm not going anywhere tonight, which I had not actually planned to. Because when I did that little 9-mile stint or whatever up and back, I started my drive clock for the day. So while I'm sitting there and working on it, my clock continues to run until I do a 10-minute off-duty break. Or 10-hour off-duty break. Then it'll reset my clock. So, here I sit in the bay, as you can see. There's service lines and things, and I guess I'm going to stay right here overnight. If they cannot get this trailer together tonight, it's going to be for I can pull out of the bay. There's another issue because the other Maverick driver 2 bays over, his truck is broke. They won't get him fixed till Tuesday, and I was supposed to take him in the morning in this tractor, just the tractor bobtail up, to get him a rental car. They're sending him home. So that messes that up too. So there's where we sat. We went over and we got coffee and some food, and I'm just going to sit here. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. There's not a thing in the world. And I suggest that we look at his trailer. He has a step deck too, and I can talk with Maverick, get the parts taken off of his. By the time they get the parts for his tractor, the parts should come in for his trailer, and then they could just reassemble everything. And we went out and looked at his trailer. Now, this one has what they call a long stroke chamber, so the rod comes out really far when it does its job. The other one is a short stroke chamber. They're incompatible. So, I mean, I tried. We also talked about maybe seeing about doing a transload, putting my load on his, but they would never send one of those easy roll trailers down there. So we didn't even pursue asking that question, transferring my load to his load, because that involves getting basically a tow truck and slings and moving all the glass to his, securing it, and yeah, that just is not going to happen. So what I was looking at as a Saturday night load is now looking at at the earliest a Monday delivery. And that is if they can get the part tomorrow. I mean, that's still not known till in the morning when they put an order in and say who's got it and get it here. There's where we stand. There's where we're at. Thanks. See ya.